high in the Andes, 2,400 meters above the sea. A city carved from a mountain, built without wheels, without iron, without mortar. Thousands of workers, millions of stones, at the edge of the world. And then, abandoned, completely, silently, as if it never existed. We still don't know why they built it. We don't know why they left. But we know this: what they built should not have been possible. This is the story of the Inca Empire, its impossible rise. Its brutal, unstoppable expansion across an entire continent. And its catastrophic, total collapse in less than 40 years. "4,000 miles of roads, 12 million subjects, one emperor. One sun god, one language, one fate none of them saw coming. In the beginning, according to the Inca, there was only the lake. Inti, the sun god, sent his children to civilize a world of savages. His golden staff would sink where they were meant to settle. That place was Cusco, the navel of the world. For 200 years, the Inca were nothing, a small tribe, easily ignored. Then came Pachacuti, and everything changed overnight. In 1438, he defeated an invading army, alone. His father had fled. He won, deposed his father, rebuilt Cusco from the ground up. He redesigned it in the shape of a puma, sacred, deliberate, absolute. Then he turned outward, and the conquests began. North to Ecuador, south to Chile, east to the Amazon, west to the Pacific. In less than 100 years, the largest empire the Americas ever knew. They called it Tawantinsuyu, the 4 quarters of the world. They believed their emperor was the living son of the sun. Not a priest, not a representative, the actual son of Inti himself. and 12 million people believed every word, every single one. That belief built roads through the Andes, bridges over impossible canyons, storehouses full of food for millions, armies that moved like water. No money, no markets, no private property. The state was everything. Every person owed labor. The state gave food, clothing, and protection back. It was not freedom, but it worked. For nearly a century, it worked. You are a stonecutter in the Inca Empire. It is the year 1460. You have no iron tools, no wheels, no draft animals for heavy loads. Your tools are bronze, stone, wood, rope, and 10,000 human hands. The stones at Sacsayhuaman weigh over 100 tons each, some 300. They were quarried 25 kilometers away, across a river, up a mountain. How? Earthen ramps, wooden rollers, rope, and 20,000 workers pulling. It took 3 months to move one stone, 80 years to build the fortress. But here is the part that engineers still cannot explain. The stones are not just stacked, they interlock, like a three-dimensional puzzle. In an earthquake, the stones move, then settle back into place, perfectly. Spanish colonial buildings on top of Inca foundations fall. The foundations survive. And then there is Machu Picchu, which makes everything else look simple. It sits at 2,430 meters on a ridge between two mountain peaks. The site has over 170 structures, temples, palaces, plazas. It has fountains, a drainage system, earthquake-resistant walls aligned to the stars. Over 60% of the construction is underground, foundation work invisible to the eye. The Temple of the Sun window was built to catch the winter solstice sunrise, exactly. No paper plans, no written calculations, no blueprints. They held it in their minds. It took an estimated 20,000 workers 15 years to complete. Water from a spring a kilometer away, channeled through carved stone, uphill. 16 fountains fed by that single channel, in the correct ritual order, always. The Inca did not build Machu Picchu. Despite having no technology, they built it with theirs. Human organization, collective memory, and a level of care that defies explanation. But who ordered it built? And why here, in the middle of nowhere? Those questions lead us to the greatest mystery the Inca left behind. Pachacuti ordered Machu Picchu built around 1450. That much we know. After that, almost nothing is certain. The debate has lasted 500 years. Theory 1. It was a royal estate. Pachacuti's private palace in the clouds. This is supported by analysis of the bones found in the site. The people buried here were not workers. They were elites from across the empire. Theory 2. It was a religious sanctuary, a place to train the chosen women. The Akalas, virginal women selected at age 10 for religious service. Weaving sacred cloth, brewing ceremonial chicha, serving the sun god directly. Theory 3. It was an astronomical observatory, a clock for the Inca calendar. The Intihuatana stone casts no shadow at noon on the March equinox. 0, none. The word Intihuatana means the place where the sun is tied. They believed this stone literally kept the sun from leaving the sky forever. But here is what none of the theories fully explain. The Spanish conquered the Inca Empire. They found almost everything, not this. For 360 years, Machu Picchu did not exist for the outside world. In 1911, Hiram Bingham climbed through the jungle and found it, still standing. A local farmer named Melchior Arteaga had known about it for years, led him there. The local people always knew. History forgot. They did not. But the deepest question remains. Why was it abandoned? Why then? No violence, no fire, no bodies. It was simply vacated and sealed. Someone decided this place should not fall into Spanish hands, and they were right. In 1527, something arrived in the empire that had no name, no cure, no mercy. Smallpox, arriving years before the Spanish, carried by traders along the coast. The Inca had no immunity, none. Their immune systems had never seen it. It killed up to 90% of the people it touched, village after village. Then it reached Cusco, and it took Huayna Capac, the Sapa Inca, the emperor. He died without naming a clear heir. That mistake cost millions of lives. Two sons, two armies, one empire that could not survive both of them. The civil war lasted 5 years. It was the most brutal the Andes had ever seen. Atahualpa won. He captured Huascar, had him imprisoned, then executed. Then he ordered the entire royal family of his enemies slaughtered, all of them. Atahualpa was at the peak of his power. The empire was finally his, entirely. November 1532. A man named Francisco Pizarro landed on the Peruvian coast. He had 168 men. The Inca Empire had 12 million. And yet Atahualpa agreed to meet them. He thought this would be easy. He was wrong. What happened next changed the history of the world. Atahualpa entered the plaza with 6,000 unarmed attendants, ceremonial, trusting. A Spanish friar read a document demanding surrender. In Latin, nobody understood. Atahualpa threw the Bible to the ground. Pizarro gave the signal. "2,000 Inca died in 2 hours. Atahualpa was captured, alive. An empire that had taken a century to build fell in an afternoon. Almost. From his cell, Atahualpa made an offer. Fill this room with gold, twice with silver. The ransom was collected. Llama caravans carrying gold arrived for months. 24 tons of gold and silver, the largest ransom in history ever. Pizarro took the gold, then he executed Atahualpa anyway. On August 29, 1533, he agreed to be baptized to avoid being burned. He was strangled instead. Christian. The Spanish entered Cusco in November 1533. They stripped the gold from every wall. 700 sheets of gold from the Garden of the Sun alone melted down. But the Inca did not simply stop. They fought for 40 more years. In 1536, Manco Inca besieged Cusco with 200,000 warriors, almost won. The Spanish held. Then horses and a disease decided what swords could not. Manco retreated to Vilcabamba, a jungle fortress, the empire reduced to a valley. The last Sapa Inca, Tupac Amaru, was captured in 1572, beheaded in Cusco's plaza. The crowd wept, Inca and Spanish alike. The plaza went completely silent. The Quipus were burned, the oral histories silenced, the knowledge keepers killed. In 40 years, a civilization 10,000 years in the making was gone. Almost gone. Almost, because some things they could not reach. Today, 10 million people a year come to see what the Spanish never found. 8 million Quechua speakers still live in the Andes. The language never died. The Inca road system, 30,000 kilometers, is still visible from space. Their agricultural terraces still grow food, their irrigation channels still carry water. And Machu Picchu, which still has not given up its secret, not completely. Every year, archaeologists find new chambers, new tunnels, new questions. The Hiram-Solomon alliance did not disappear. It became encoded in every text. They called themselves children of the sun, looking at what they left behind. Thanks for watching. See you in the next episode.